Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Andrea Pearson Show. My name is Andrea. I am the host of this show. In case you were wondering, because you're watching it and it's about Andrea and it's the Andrea Pearson Show. I don't know. Anyway, so last episode I was talking about the importance of setting goals, and we went over the SMART acronym, which is pretty well known out there in the leadership community. And today I wanted to talk about why it's important to set goals. As Zig Ziglar said, if you aim at nothing, you will achieve it every time. Let's see. Yeah, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. I know people who have been successful who have not set goals and they just kind of fell into it, but those same people have not been able to maintain that success for very long. So basically, they start out, they just push really, really hard, and because of momentum and their energy, they become successful. But once real life catches up, or once they get over that momentum, that excitement, that urge to be, to be producing and be continually doing well, they burn out because they did not have a plan. They did not have any goals. They didn't have something they're working towards. And part of having goals is, and setting clear goals, is having them be realistic and achievable. And if you don't have a plan for, like, a contingency for bad weather, then you will not be able to maintain that success, nor will you be able to reach it if you did not just explode onto the thing. I'm speaking specifically about authors. Several of my author friends have been massive and hugely successful, but even more of my author friends, they did not have that success. So I think it's better to plan to not have that huge success and to be able to set clear goals from the very beginning. And this is applicable to pretty much every business owner. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter whether you have employees or not. When you do have employees, it's important for your employees to know what your goals are. If you do not have employees, it's still important to have them. Your long-term success is contingent on your ability to set and achieve those goals. And just from working and interacting with business owners over the last couple of years, let's see, business owners outside of authors for a couple of years now, but beyond that, I've been working with authors who are business owners for about 10 years now. And the biggest problem I have run into with them is they don't really know where they're going. They're like, well, I want to be successful. Like, I want my books to be in readers' hands, or I want to be performing this job for a long time. Like, one of my clients is owns a nursery, and one of my former clients already, sorry, not a current client anyway, I'm just going to use him as an example. He owns a nursery, and he didn't have a goal for where he wanted to be in a couple of years or 2 years or 5 years. I was the very first person to make him start thinking about those things. Now, when you're starting a business, it's kind of easy to get into that excitement, into the energy of, yeah, I'm starting a business. This is so exciting. I love what I'm doing. I can't wait to earn money. I can't wait to serve other people. But if you don't have an idea of where you're going, you're going to get there. I mean, there's a reason they say people who are directionless are aimless. If you don't have a direction, you're going to be directionless, which is the same thing as aimless. And it's easy to flail around and easy to just do the thing that is most important right then. But if you take the L out of flail, the first L out of flail, it does turn into fail. And I want to help you guys to succeed in your goals. And so the most important thing you want to do is figure out where you want to be in 10 years. If what you are doing right now does not contribute to that in some way, then either minimize that, cut it out entirely, or find a way to have it contribute to where you want to be in 10 years. And so that's the biggest goal I encourage my clients to set, is a 10-year goal, because a 1 week goal or a month goal doesn't matter if it's not working towards your 10-year goal. And then after that, you want to set like a 5-year goal. You want to set a year goal, monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals, etc. And basically look at everything day in and day out and be like, okay, does this thing contribute? Does this thing lead? Or will this help me reach my 10-year goal? And if the answer is no, then, like I said, either minimize it or eliminate it completely, or change your goals so that it encompasses it. So, for example, if you've got a family and taking care of your kids right now doesn't necessarily lead to your long-term 10-year goal. Well, neglecting your kids actually could lead to your long-term goal, because if you can go to prison for neglect, right? But you need to make sure that your goals account for pretty much every single variable in your life, including your family and your health and things like that. So basically, okay, so where do you want to be in 10 years? Will this, what you're currently doing right now, get you there? And if it doesn't, how can you make it so that it does? Or how can you minimize it or eliminate it? And then Where do you, and if setting a 10-year goal is really hard and that's not something you're able to do, like I know some people can't think that far in advance, and that's fine. Just different personality types work with different things. Like, I encourage you to work towards getting to the point where you can think that far in advance. But um, where do you not want to be in 10 years? That's also a goal that you can set. So if moving out of your current place is a goal, or if you don't want to be in your current place, then what do you need to do to move? And if you are operating your business citywide, but you don't want to be operating citywide in 10 years, you want to be nationwide or statewide or international, what do you need to do now so that you are not in just a statewide or citywide situation? And if you're an author, like many of you guys are right now, I know, where do you not want to be? So do you want to be burned out in 10 years? Do you want to be not burned out in 10 years? Do you want, I'm going along the thread of where do you not want to be? So what are some other things? Do you want not to be kicked out of Amazon's program in 10 years? I mean, all of these things of where you want to be and where you don't want to be in 10 years can lead up to you being successful, and they can adjust and alter the current goals that you're setting, your daily goals, your weekly goals, monthly goals, your 1-year goal, your 5-year goals, your 10-year goals. And again, your goals need to be smart. They need to be clear. They need to be realistic. They need to be time bound. They need to have deadlines and a start point. They need to be they need to take into account like your finances and all the different things, all the different variables that will affect whether your goal is successful or not. Because the worst thing on the face of the planet is setting an unrealistic goal and being like, yay, I'm going to totally do it. And then realizing there's no way that you can't possibly be there in a year or 5 years or 10 years. And that is so demoralizing. So you need to have a goal for how you're going to become successful and how you're going to grow your business and where you're going to be. Let's see. So as part of that, as I've already mentioned, you need to calculate the setbacks and the risks that are involved in reaching that goal. And it's impossible to account for every single thing at the beginning. And don't let that stop you from starting working on your goal, because part of it is recognizing and learning how you work within your set parameters. And so if accomplishing a specific task in 1 month is not plausible, but you don't recognize that until you actually start working on it, then you do need to start working on it so that you can adjust your goals accordingly. Be realistic. And like I said earlier, you need to share your goals with the people who are impacted by them. So like a significant other, your children, people you're living with, roommates. I mean, anybody who could potentially be impacted by your goals, you need to be clear about them. This really specifically applies to those of you who have a business and have employees. If your employees don't know where you want the company to be in a year, 5 years, or 10 years, then they're just there, just punching the clock. And I mean, to me, when I'm working with my clients who have employees, the biggest thing is helping to convert those clients into fans of the company, or sorry, those employees to fans of the company. And if that person doesn't know what your goals are for the business, they can't catch that vision and they can't get excited. And that's part about being a great leader. You need to make sure that those who are directly impacted by your goals know what those goals are so that they can help you achieve them. And whether that's like an accountability partner or a spouse or whatever, you need to decide and then sit down with them and share your goals. And if it's a goal that they should be working on with you, then they need to help you set that goal or set that goal with you so that you're working on it together. Now, another question I get is, what about strategy? Like some people are not good at strategy. Those of you guys who followed the Six Figure Author podcast and have known me for a while, you guys will know that like the Clifton Strengths, I took that test several years ago, and my number one strength is focus, and my number one weakness is strategy. So focus is number one, all the way down through the number 34 strength. And for me, that is strategy. I am not strategic in any slight way. I'm horrible at games that require strategy. And you would think that that would mean that I am absolutely horrible at planning and being strategic about my plans, but I have other strengths that make up for my lack of strategy. For example, what is it called? A ranger. So a ranger is a strategy. I'm looking at my things right here. So a ranger is number 9 for me. And that basically, like, I love planning things. I like big scale operations. I love to plan huge conferences and conventions, and I'm quite good at that. And so for that, that does have to take into account risks and make a plan. I'm really good at if something comes up, I'm really good at finding something else to fix that, finding something to replace it. Like if like a caterer drops out, I'm fast on my feet. I'm able to figure out how to resolve that. And so take a look at your personality. What are other strengths that you have that can make up for your lack of ability to see risk, your lack of ability to um, come up with a contingency plan in case of bad weather, which is pretty much the same thing as risk, right? But so you want to take into account your personality when you're setting your goals. And if you really, really have a very hard time struggling with figuring out what the risks are and being realistic with your goals, then find somebody who is good at that thing and bring them into your life, have them read into your situation and help you figure out where you need to strengthen weaknesses. There is a huge correlation. There's been so many studies that have been done. There's a huge correlation between people who set clear goals, who work towards something specific, and their income level and their level of success. And if you want to be successful, if you want to be in a position of respect, of authority, or even just in a really comfortable place where you don't have to worry about things, then setting goals is going to be very important for you. And if you can't set goals, like I said earlier, if you're directionless, it's pretty much the same thing as being aimless. And having a clear goal will give you that direction that you need. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this episode. In future episodes, I'm going to be talking about marketing, the things that I'm learning from marketing. And really digging in again when it comes to being an author and marketing my books and my clients' books and helping business owners to grow their business. And I haven't decided exactly what order to put the episodes in. I've got a ton of different ideas I want to talk about, and I'm going to be talking more about how to be a great leader, because it is so important for our business that we are a good leader, not just of other people. And if you have employees, those employees, but also of yourself. Like your respect for yourself will increase as you set goals and as you become a good leader. And that also raises your confidence in yourself. So nobody has confidence in somebody who is not able to, what's the word? Where am I going with that? For people, we don't have confidence in people who don't show that they're trustworthy and that they are able to execute and pull things off. And that includes confidence in ourselves and trusting ourselves. And so as you become a better leader, even if you are a one-man band, it's important to show yourself that you can be trustworthy and that you can accomplish things. And especially if you have employees, they need to know that you're a competent leader. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for this episode. Hit the like and the subscribe button. If you have any questions you would like me to answer in a future episode, post them below if you're watching on YouTube, or click the link in the show notes. I believe that there should be a link in the show notes that will take you to a form and allow you to fill out questions. I've got a few questions there, and I will do a Q&A episode here once I feel like I have enough questions that will give me enough to answer and go off of. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.